Hello friends, welcome to my cake party plot. Let's take a look inside and then we can get into talking about cake parties. I built this layout with beginners in mind. Everything is color coded and has knickknacks that would be associated with each position. For example, over here at the leafers position, I've placed ficus plants that resemble sweet leaf, and those are color coded pink and purple. Up here at the front, I've placed fruit bowls to represent the fruit froster station, and this station is color-coded green and blue. And at the starter station over here, I've used the grimoire as a cookbook, and I think it's like my favorite design aspect of this. Next up, I placed down 3 ovens for the bakers and 3 red stations for the jelly spreaders. Lastly, here at the end, I have 3 stations for the batterers, and I used multiple containers to represent the flour, eggs, and butter on these. Cake parties don't have to be scary, and I really hope this video helps you. So what is a cake party? It's where a group of players gets together and makes celebration cakes. Everyone has their own job and brings their specific ingredients. When making a cake, each round is going to yield 3 cakes, and everyone will receive all 3 cakes. Now let's talk about some of the icons you will see used during a cake party. First off, at the very top here, we have a green blob, and this icon is going to signify that the leafers have finished grinding the sweet leaves, and now that the batterers and the froster can do their part. The second icon you see is a bowl of batter, and this means the batterers have finished mixing and the bakers can now bake their cakes. Third, we have this icon, which means the frosting has been made. The only person paying attention to this icon will be the starter, which is usually the host. Fourth, we have a cake round. This icon means the bakers have finished baking the cake layers, and the spreaders now just need to wait for the fruit frosting. The fifth icon we have is the fruit frosting icon. This icon means the fruit frosting has been made. Once this is done and the cake layers are ready, the spreaders can start spreading the fruit frosting. The last icon we have is a cake with a jelly layer on it. This means the cakes have been spread and are ready for assembly. Only the starter, again usually the host, needs to watch for this icon. So that's everything you need to know about the icons you'll see during a cake party. Now let's talk about all of the roles. Here we have the starter, and the only requirement for this role is knowing the celebration cake recipe and starred blueberries. Each recipe will need 1 starred blueberry. After everyone else has finished their roles in this, you will assemble the cake and collect it. This will give everyone all 3 cakes. Next, we will go over the fruit frosting role. There are 3 spots available for this position. Each person will need 1 starred apple and 1 sugar for every round of cakes. In the case of my beginner groups, we do 25 rounds, so you will need 25 starred apples and 25 sugars. You can buy the sugar at Zeki's for 20 gold each, totaling 500 gold. Leafers have 4 positions available, and each person grinds 1 sweet leaf per cake round. For example, in my beginner parties, leafers will need to bring a total of 25 sweet leaf, which can be found in Bahari Bay. Batterers are the most expensive role due to needing to bring butter, eggs, and flour. In my beginner parties, this is 25 of each item, which totals 1,850 gold. There are 3 batterers, and each batterer mixes 1 batter per round. It is best to keep any other items used in a cake recipe in your locked chest so they don't accidentally get used or you don't accidentally make the wrong recipe. In a cake party, there is only 1 froster. The froster brings 25 milk and 25 butter. These items can be purchased at Zeki's shop for a total of 1,750 gold. There are 3 bakers in a cake party, and they don't need to bring anything. They simply wait for the batterers to finish mixing the batter, and then they place 1 batter into the oven and remove it when it's finished baking. Don't want to burn it. This position is great for someone who's never been in a cake party before. The last position to talk about are the spreaders. Spreaders are another position that don't need to bring anything. Both baker and spreader are great positions for someone who has never done a cake party before. There are 3 positions, and each spreader spreads frosting on one cake layer. After the spreaders are finished, the starter adds the ingredients and finishes off the cake. They collect the cake, and everyone gets their cut. And that's all there is to know about cake parties. If you found this video helpful, leave a thumbs up. If you want to join, our Discord link is below. Happy cake partying! Bye for now.